Today we had an incredible day in the markets. I'm logging in right now so you guys can see that this is not a demo account. This is not nothing like that. This is actually a live account, as you guys can see. Now, so far in the day, we made $1,000, 10 in the morning Central Time. My account was up to $1,900, almost $2,000 on the day. Now, I'm gonna show you exactly what went right, what went wrong, or anything that we could have done better so you guys can actually replicate every single one of my trades. There's gonna be every single stock that I'm investing on, and so far, this is how my account is looking like. Plus 65, 65, 37%, 35, 31, 26, 22, 19, 9%, and it goes on and on and on. As you guys can see that this is exactly what a good account is supposed to look whenever you actually take good trades and whenever you are a good trader. Now let's go and hop right into the chart so you guys can see exactly every singular level and what I was thinking before I went into every single one of my stocks. So the first one's going to be ticker symbol CENX. Let's look it up real quick. CENX is one of my best ones so far. And I think on this one, we're up almost 40%. And this is the one. Look at this. We went into this stock at $34.92 or 34.7 something. And as of right now, we're all the way up next to $50. That's pretty much a 50% ROI right there. If you do not know anything about stocks whatsoever, one thing that I can tell you is that the S&P 500 is going to give you anywhere from 8% to 12% every 12 months. That's 365 days. We did almost 50% in just 2 weeks. Put that in perspective. I'm gonna go and show you my strategy right now, and I'm gonna show you a live example so you guys can see everything. The strategy is gonna revolve of the following. So the first thing that I want you guys to know, I do not day trade, I do not options trade, I do not do forex, I do not do crypto, I do not do any of that. Now what I do is I trade stocks on the S&P 500, typically small cap and mid cap stocks. Now, why am I telling you guys that? Is because I used to do day trading. I used to do options trading. I was profitable, but the risk, it was a lot that I just couldn't handle it, to be quite honest. I didn't make a shit ton of money, but with this strategy, it's a lot better. I don't actually got to put too much time into it. All I got to do is just set and forget. That is pretty much it. I just go in, I set my stop loss, and that is it. There's nothing else that you guys got to do, to be quite honest. Ticker symbol CENX. Why the fuck is my cat on top of my computer? Brother, are you good? Go down, brother. I want you guys to pay attention to these 4 key components because these 4 key components have allowed me to make thousands upon thousands of dollars. First thing that you guys want to see is going to be the following. We want to find a stock that has made a huge move up as such, right? The second thing is going to be that we are going to be trading on the daily time frame because we are swing traders. We're going to be trading on the daily time frame, and we're going to be adding the following simple moving averages into our charts. Are going to be the 10, 21, 50, and 200. Why are we going to use them? Now, majority of traders are going to tell you, oh, you're supposed to wait for the 10 to cross the 50, this and that and that. Fuck that. That's bullshit. You do not need any of that. What we're going to use this simple moving averages are going to be solely for us to gauge the market. And that is pretty much it. We're going to gauge the market, meaning that if our price action is going to be on top of all of our moving averages, that means a strong bullish momentum. Now, if our price action is under the moving averages, that means bearish momentum, that you do not want to trade that type of stocks. Now, the particular order that I always follow is going to be the following. I want the simple moving averages to be stacked up, every single one of them, all on top of each other. What do I mean? We want the 10 on top of the 21 on top of the 50, and the 50 on top of the 200. That means bullish momentum. Now, the third indicator or the third signal that's going to allow us for us to know when to go in is going to be the following. So as many of you guys know, stocks don't typically move up in a straight line as such. What they're going to do is going to be the following. They're going to move up from here to the top. They're going to come back all the way back to the 10. From the 10, they're going to make another leg up, and then it's going to come back down. So this right here is a staircase pattern. Stocks have always moved like that since the beginnings of time. Nothing's going to change. So we're going to use that to our strategy. What does that mean? That right there is going to mean the following. So once we have made a strong move up to the top, all we're going to have to wait is for price action to come back down to the 10 simple moving average. Just because we touch the 10 simple moving average doesn't mean that we're going to go in, right? What it simply does, it indicates that we need to be on the lookout. We need to be on the lookout for strong volume, investors, bankers, institutions dropping money into this specific stock. Now, how do you know that, or how would you know if that's going to happen? Simple. If we see some volume coming in, volume is going to be our 4 component that's going to allow us for us to know when to go in. If you guys see volume coming in, such as in this day, on the 18th of December, and also on the 19th, even more volume. That right there is going to give you a simple, clear path for you to know that we had a lot of investors going into this stock right here. How you're going to play, let me just reset the whole thing so you guys can see everything from the beginning. First things first, we want a stock that has made a huge move out to the top. This is right here, like a 20% move out to the top. Second thing is that we want the simple moving averages to be all on top of each other. You got the 10, 21, 15, 200. Third thing is that we want to make sure that the stock has actually pulled back to the 10 simple moving averages. And the last thing is going to be that we want to make sure that we see some volume, strong, aggressive volume. Remember that. We do not want this type of volume, like no volume whatsoever. We want a lot of volume. That right there means that there's a lot of buyers and that there's a lot of people just interested in the stock itself. Now, once we see the volume, this is where execution is going to come into play. You guys can use two separate charts, as you guys can see in my screen, but I typically just use one, but whatever works for you. On the left, I have the daily time frame, and on the right, I have the 1 minute time frame. The execution is going to play as follow. Once you guys see that we have a lot of volume coming in, such as in this day or this day, I went in on this day because the volume was a lot greater than the day before. I did the following. So the first day, the stock was already on my watch list due to the fact that we broke a resistance line that we were planning on breaking and that we haven't broken for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, which it was 33.06, 07, my bad. So that right there, since we broke it with somewhat decent volume, that was my first indication. Second indication was on the second day, we went as soon as we broke the first 5-minute candle opening range. Now I'm gonna show you exactly how that works. Let's see if I can go back all the way to that day, which I cannot go in the 1 minute, maybe 5 minutes. Nope, maybe 1 hour. Okay, I gotta go on the hour. Okay, it's fine. So this is our second day right here, as you guys can see, as we were playing out. Now, what we were waiting on, we were waiting for the first 5-minute candlestick to form, and then after that, as soon as we take off the highs, we're gonna go in. In this case, is that 1 hour time frame, but the foundation is gonna be the same. Let's say that this candlestick was the first 5-minute candlestick. You're gonna pretty much chart the highest point of the day, and then once we break it with a little bit of volume, you go in and you put your stop all the way at the low of the day. In this case, the low of the day is gonna be like this. Let me just set this up as in red. And as of right now, we are deep into profits. And as you guys can see, we never came back down to touch the low of day. Matter of fact, we just made a shit ton of money in this one. And that's how you guys are going to be able to make $1,000 in a day. Just look at this. Now, if you're day trading, you're only going to be able to profit in one singular candlestick. But if you're smart and you're swing trading, you're going to be able to profit throughout the whole move. And that's the thing. A lot of guys, they do not want to be patient with the market. They think that they can get rich under 1 day. They think that they can make $1,000 the moment that they can start trading with the markets, which at the end of the day, that's the fastest way that you guys are going to be able to blow up your account. There's a saying that goes, if you're trying to make money quick, you're just going to lose your money even quicker. And I can testify that that's actually nothing but the truth. Because even myself, I have been trading since 2020, and it wasn't until 2024 that I finally became profitable. But throughout those 4 years, I was losing left and right. My perspective on the market was that I was trying to make money quick and I was trying to get rich quick, which in reality, I just lost $150,000 of my own capital. Now I have more patience, I'm disciplined, and now I don't even think about the market now. I don't have emotions, I don't have nothing like that. And that right there is why I'm able to make $1,000 a day, $500 a day, $700 a day. The next one that we actually took profits today is actually going to be one of my favorites, FTAI. And it's the same thing, nothing has changed. Look at this. Look at this. You guys see this right here? This right here is nothing but perfection. Look, as you guys can see, this one went in. And as of right now, we're just deep into profits. All of my students have gone in. Let me just show you exactly why we went in and how we were able to make it happen. So we're going to find a stock that has made a huge move out to the top, such as in this one. Now, the SMAs, simple moving averages, are all on top of each other, 10, 21, 15, 200. We have retracted back to the 10 SMA, as you guys can see. Now, the last thing, you guys do not really need to have the last thing that I'm going to show you, but if you guys do have it, that's going to give you more credibility for you guys to go into the trade. So we have been rejecting this level 184.09 for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. That means that there's a lot of sellers, meaning that if we are able to break that particular level with a lot of volume, the stock is just going to fly. As you guys can see right here, the moment we broke it, that's when me and all of my students went in. We went in. We set our stop all the way at the low of the day. And this right here is the 1 hour time frame, so you guys can see how everything played out. We never, ever came back down to touch our stop loss. And matter of fact, on this one, we are deep, 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 deep into profits. It's as simple as that. Next one that we made a shit ton of money today is ticker symbol VICR. I want every single one of you guys to do this. Go into your broker right now and look up every single one of these stocks and try to find when I went in and how the stock is performing today. So on this one is the same thing. We made a huge move up. We actually rejected this level at 102.07, and then once we broke it with the volume, that's when we put the stop loss all the way at the bottom, as you guys can see. And as of right now, this one as well is going deep into profits. Now, a stock that we went in today that's actually paying really good today. I made $130 something with this stock. It's going to be ticker symbol CMPO. This was a no-brainer. We made a huge move out to the top, as you guys can see. Right after that, what happened was the SMAs are all stacked up on top of each other. You got the 10, 21, 15, 200. Then the last thing is that yesterday we had a lot of volume and we bounced at the 10 SMA. And today we actually broke that level that we rejected, which is 23.62. And we actually bounced at that level. And if you guys see it on the 1 minute, my bad, give me a second. If you guys see it on the 1 minute time frame, you guys can see how we never broke that level. Matter of fact, we actually bounced at that level. And that's when I told everyone, hey, we're going to go in. And look, just so you guys can see this right here, we went in as soon as we broke the highest point of the day, which we never came back down to touch our stop loss. It's as simple as that. I cannot make it any clearer for you guys. I simply cannot make it any clearer. Another one that we went in today is going to be HYMC, my bad. We went into this one like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Look at this one. Same thing. Nothing has changed. We broke this level with a lot of volume. And as of right now, we're trading sideways. Another one's going to be ticker symbol PREX. This one's actually trading a little bit sideways, but it's still really good. Another one's going to be, I actually got to get rid of this one, ticker symbol HUTS, because we closed under the 10. But other than that, we broke this level with volume. And as of right now, we closed under the 10, so I might have to get rid of this tomorrow. WHD is going to be another one that's actually playing out really well. We went in at the break of 49.58, and right now this is at 52.56. And we always get rid of the stocks at 20%, 30, 40, 50, and 60%. Or whenever we break under the 10 SMA. Guys, I hope that you guys learned something new. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please leave it in the comments down below. If you guys got a lot of value, please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.